Oh. Why is the picture up? Sorry.
You've got the wiki
Ignore
up right now?
that the wiki was just visible on the stream.
I know Oka's probably super starstruck right now since they're a Danganronpa fan, right?
The Frederick soundboard is in progress. People are already presuming.
They already knew.
They already knew what I was there for.
I see a whole list of the scripted lines on fireemblem.fandom.com.
of Frederick's critical attacks for some reason.
Yeah, all the stuff about relationships, leveling
And
up,
also,
class
you have
change. Yeah.
to let the chat ask questions also at any point.
Yeah.
You can. I've warned that I actually don't know anything about the lore because I'm just a voice actor. So I've.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
I can
has
speak
different.
generally about the process of recording, but in my experience at conventions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, of course, I would love for people to be able to ask what they want.
So I think everyone is still just freaking out at the moment.
Really?
I don't even have Twitch open.
They
I need to see what's going on here.
They seem very happy.
Well, that's groovy.
I enjoy that people are hyped about Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Oh, hell yeah. We got some Puyo Puyo Tetris fans in here? Pick up Puyo and pray, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Tell me
I
if
will
this-
also defend Kazuichi Soda. He is like one of my favorite Danganronpa characters.
I'm not a
Oh my gosh,
simp. I'm just really attracted to Miss Sonia.
Oh my god, I'm losing it. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I'm the luminary of the stars.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Boba.exe has stopped working.
Pick a Puyo and pray.
It's so funny because I also told my friend who's a major Street Fighter fan that Ray was going to be here, and I'm just because my friend Steve, he's been playing this for so long. He's such a fan, and he was It's just like it's always just so cool to meet the people that have helped make these experiences come to life. Whether it's like through Fire Emblem, whether it's through a fighting game like Street Fighter. I love Danganronpa too. That's probably my favorite Danganronpa game out of the whole series.
Yes.
Um,
Agreed.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I genuinely adore Danganronpa too. And
Well,
just
I tell ya,
Danganronpa 2
I've-
is-
I've been doing this for 25 years, and I am blessed that I get to have this. I get to do something I love and have it have a positive effect on people.
well, just the stream we had before this, we had Alfred from Fire Emblem, his voice actor Nick Coulthard, and he was saying how your roles have like inspired him a bunch. And
Oh, that's really cool.
and how your role as Gohan like really inspired him. So
Nice.
he's like, "Oh, it's so cool that you've got Nick, that you've got Carl next." It's like you're basically just a complete icon.
Oh. Well, again, I
yeah.
like to take a step off the high horse and go, oh, you know what? I'm just lucky. I'm really blessed to get to voice so many cool characters and have more than one character in Fire Emblem too. So.
All right, so let's see. We do have a question. Is there a seasonal alt you'd like to see for any of your characters, like Halloween Valadar, Christmas Valbar, for Fire Emblem Heroes?
Hey, any new content they want to make, I'm down for it. I like when they do theme things, or that's a really cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. When are we getting like Picnic Valadar? Where are the
I
interesting
want
ones
the
coming?
picnic alts back.
Okay, but
Those are
Bunny
fun.
Boy Valadar.
Happy holidays from Valadar.
Yeah, there's so many Awakening Christmas seasonal alts. Why not Valadar? We already have like I mean way early on, like Crom, Robin, Tharja, which hardly counts as a Christmas alt, but sure.
Well, aren't they all heroes basically? Not gonna have the villains do it, are you?
I remember villains.
But we have had like villain Valentine's alts, which
Oh,
is kind of funny.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes is a strange batch of characters, which is it's people love it for that anyways.
Honestly, I don't know their logic half the time, but
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Is my other character Valbar? Is he a big romantic type?
I can't remember.
He,
Who's played
Valbar?
Who's played Awakening recently?
So Valbar in Shadows of Valentia, yeah, he's like the one that Leon longs for, essentially.
Oh!
So he's a bit more oblivious to it, but Leon is the one that's like, oh, Valbar, such a stud of a man.
Oh my, okay. I don't remember any of his lines or what his voice sounds like. I'd have to like call on the mighty YouTubes and enter Valbar, Bartray, Frederick, Valadar.
Sorry, just the chat. His wife is dead. Crying emoji. That is true. That is true. I think that's his thing, isn't it? Is that his wife's dead and now his boy best friend has a crush on him.
And
I think so.
Remind me, is it Frederick who likes bear meat?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's like an old. I'd say old meme. Oh, Awakening's over 10 years old now. It's.
Was that based on actual game dialogue?
Yes, they're having. I think he's like getting. I think. Oh, it's been a while since I played Awakening. He was definitely just encouraging them to eat bear meat because they sort of had to.
Ah, okay.
Frederick's like, it's not so bad. Just give it a try. And Lisa's like, no,
Yeah,
please, you're crazy.
He's like, listen,
It's
the
okay.
princess.
It tastes like chicken.
Pretty much, yeah.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Oh, I think I finally got it working.
Alright, so, All right, so Kyle, could you please talk about your experience voicing characters from two different spectrums in Awakening? For example, you voiced Frederick and Balador, so we're curious if you have any thoughts you'd like to share voicing those two characters at the same time.
Well, I can specifically address the last part of that question. We record one character at a time, and I remember that we started with Valadar because he is literally. I do remember actually playing a little bit of that game. That he's like the first character you see and hear, like the first little cutscene.
Yeah.
And we didn't see that when we recorded. We had some basic drawings and art of the character. I said, "Oh, he looks cool." And we had to match the timing of the Japanese audio and kind of hope for the best that the lip sync would kind of work. Which is the case
wow.
for all games based from original Japan. Because they're working on the animation at the same time that we're recording the English tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So all we see is basically an Excel spreadsheet displaying on a monitor. And if there are cut scenes to dub, we see them on a separate monitor. And we're in the booth, and then separated by a big pane of glass, typically. And on the other side is the director and the engineer, and possibly someone from the video game studio, the developer or publisher or whatnot, to help kind of fill people in, fill the director in sometimes even on context and whatnot. I remember I was directed on that first game by Wendy Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
And I do believe it's Patrick Seitz on the other game since then.
Yeah,
Yes,
we've seen Patrick Seitz and also Christian Lamont. They've both been doing different art parts of voice direction since then for like Three Houses and Engage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's true. I forgot. Salimi. Yeah, Christian's hilarious, and Patrick. I love working with all of them because you know all these directors are really great at what they do, and you know they've got a lot of experience also adapting scripts. So they come with a lot of experience in multiple facets of production, which is really, really great because I just go in, I'm a blank slate, and they tell me what I need to know for the recording session and the context of it. And, you know, sometimes they'll lead me in. Like I see my scripted line, but it's a reply to someone's question. And so they'll start recording and say, hey, you know, why do you like Bear Beat so much?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how important having a voice direction is. People can't just show up at the booth and start saying the lines. Like having that kind of background, that knowledge of the character going into it. It's always so integral, I believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff done ahead of time. You know, just like a movie or TV show would have pre-production. Mm-hmm. I think there are meetings and Zoom calls nowadays, you know, between directors, writers, and the game developer to kind of make sure everyone's on the same page. And as months go on, the script evolves, and then we have to have the cast come back in and do what's called a pickup session. So it's like, hey, we have to pick up these lines that are new, or perhaps re-record them, or maybe there are some mispronounced names. That happens from Japanese, of course. What?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, about that. So Fire Emblem is a beloved but niche franchise, and Three Houses, in your case, Awakening, really changed the accessibility of the franchise. So before being cast, what relationship, if any, did you have with Fire Emblem?
I had just basic knowledge that was an ongoing series that originally was only available in Japan. Mm. And I think the developers were wanting to bring that over here because, hey, a worldwide market. Obviously, having an English version will help draw more players in. And I I thought that when we first recorded on Awakening that it would do well, and I was genuinely surprised. When I was doing autograph sessions when it first dropped, and they dropped a Nintendo DS special edition. I ended up signing a bunch of fans' DS actual consoles. It was like, what is this? I didn't get one of those for myself, but I was interested. I'm normally not, like, I am a gamer, but I normally don't play RPGs or things because all the stats and stuff confuses me. It's like I just see a bunch of numbers and it's like, I just want to run and shoot things or fight or jump and play and do platforming or race or all that. But I did see how fun it was to actually play the game, which is something we don't get to do in the recording process. The game's not finished yet. There's not even a beta version to try.
Yeah, and it was so important that Fire Emblem Awakening was to do well, because if it didn't do well, that would have just been it for the series. It probably would have been any more after that. So just the fact that resonated with so many people it's just so important.
Yeah, and then they tapped into the mobile market. I forgot the name of the mobile game.
Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
Heroes, okay. Yeah. And I believe that when I recorded the other characters past Valadar and Frederick, I think I was just what's called cold casting. They just had me come in because said Kyle will be good for this role, and I don't have to try out. They just know. They just have faith in me, which is great. I could skip the audition and think, oh, here's another project I probably won't get cast in because it's just so competitive. There's so many great people out there and only so many roles. So. But if I get a call or an email, more accurately, they'll say, hey, we got a game for you. We want you to come in and do some more characters in the Fire Emblem series. Got a new game. Are you down for it? It's like, oh, of course.
Yeah, oh my goodness, there are hundreds of characters in Fire Emblem Heroes at this point, so they definitely need many different kinds of voices to voice all of them. So they looked at you and they were like, "Oh, that looks like a Bartra right here. We're gonna cast Kyle as Bartra."
Yeah. Now, have you guys talked to other actors who have more than one role?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you mean like specifically in Fire Emblem?
Yeah,
because there's quite a few people who I think it's like what you just explained, where they like go in and they're just told, "Oh yeah, just record for these characters whilst you're here." Like, I know a few people have said similar things like that.
Sometimes it's literally a budget thing, because they'll say, we're going to cast you for this character, but you'll be done in 15 minutes. And we bring actors in increments of 2 hours. Let's fill the other 2 hours with some other characters. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we've heard before with Sarah Blandy, because she voices a couple of characters
Isn't she
that
like
are just
4
only
different characters
in
in Heroes or something?
Yeah, after doing the role for Kagero in Fates, she does like Nino. Oh gosh, I'm blanking already.
It's been a long day. She does Midori, but that's also not Faye. She does Faye.
Faye as well, yeah.
Faye,
so yeah, like 3 characters exclusive to Heroes, and then Kagero, who also is in Heroes as well.
Yeah.
And if there's cutscenes with just random soldiers, NPCs and stuff, someone's got to voice that too. So sometimes they'll throw that my way. It's like, hey, all right, so we got a selectable playable character, and then we'll have you do some Walla, the background stuff, or a couple of NPC soldiers, and it's like, okay, cool. It's like, I hope they're different ages. I only have like one young guy voice. I remember I had to do Frederick as a younger voice, so I just pitched his voice up.
Oh, wow.
Instead of pick a god and pray, it's like, I'm younger. Pick a god and pray.
Well, guys, you got it. You got 2 different pick a god and praise, chat. Congrats.
There you go. Let's shave 2 decades off of them, and bam, there you go.
think we got it. We think we got it working in here too. Let's see. Hope it doesn't blow your ears out.
Pick a god and pray.
Oh, there you go. That's a clean
Hey,
one.
we have the soundboard.
Oh, sad face. I couldn't hear the soundboard.
Oh no.
Oh,
Should
you
we
couldn't
do it
hear it?
again?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
Let me see.
Pick a god and pray.
Did
I'm
you
curious.
did you hear that one?
Is it just
I don't
us?
know.
I think it.
No.
Did
no,
we break
I heard-
it? Did we break it so that the voice actor? Wait, no, because Nick could hear it earlier.
Oh no.
What?
Apparently, everyone else can hear it. I don't know.
What
Yep.
happened?
We broke it.
I don't know if it had anything to do with that. I'm on speakerphone. I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
not
maybe
my
it's just
desktop.
not. Maybe it's just not
Oh.
picking up from that. Maybe.
It might be
okay.
that.
Yeah. It could...
Yeah, I think we're all on desktop, so that's probably why.
So when
Yeah.
saying, I can't believe Frederick created the soundboard. Oh no.
Yeah.
This doesn't work.
I don't
Yep.
even want to think of how many times you must have signed the phrase "pick a god and pray" at conventions at this point. Like,
Yeah. I make little 8x10 prints of my characters, and Frederick's one of them. And they always ask for it. It's like, you don't even have to ask. I just know.
it's the Bart say the line meme.
You just had to say the rawest line in all of Fire Emblem. I'm sorry, that's just what your fate is now.
It's just the greatest line. You know, it's just, ooh, that's just a bad. If it were a movie, that'd be like the line that people would just quote all the time.
When I
I
was
say hello to my little friend of Fire Emblem, essentially.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
when I was googling it to get when I was trying to find the audio earlier, and just googling the phrase just comes up with dozens of threads of people saying, "Wow, I can't believe the rawest line in video game history was 'pick a god and pray," and it was from Fire Emblem. Like,
Oh my God.
literally just dozens of that.
Wow.
Wait, that's where the original line is from?
That pick a god and pray, as far as I know.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's actually just like a full-on huge thing.
Yeah, and then it gets integrated into meme culture,
Mm-hmm.
and it's stuff that I don't even necessarily see, but you know, the fans or folks that have me on panels or podcasts will say, "Have you seen the so and so meme?" And it's like, this is not about Fire Emblem, but more about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. My character Kakuin does this like seductive thing with cherries, and I thought, oh my God, what is this? Is this hentai?
Oh god.
Oh god, that gif lives rent free in so many people's heads. Just the cherry.
And then in the dub, it was lick, 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 lick. And by the time that I got to that scene, I go, oh my God, I recognize this from the meme. I saw the meme before I was the character. It's like, what is life?
Wow.
Sorry, chat is mostly still people freaking out about Pick a God and Pray
Yeah, I
and the
think-
various
Fuck
other
a lot.
memes.
This
That's
is
so
the
funny.
expected reaction. Sorry.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, this question was nice. Since you mentioned that you're a gamer, what kind of games do you actually like to play then?
The one I play the most, I play it because it just helps me unwind at the end of the day. Call of Duty. I play with some of my mods from my Discord, or just typically on my own. I just like running and gunning. Because I'm not even necessarily good, but I've put so much hours into the games that I have a high level.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then my mods are like, when you do a live stream, can we do Fortnite? Because we could get more subs in on that. You know, the subs to join the stream and actually play. It's like, yeah, that's cool. So we'll do Fortnite, and we've done Marvel Rivals, and I'm terrible at both of those games, but
Ooh.
you know, they're popular.
Who'd you play Marvel Rivals?
I find that I do slightly better with anyone who has a gun. So Punisher or Star-Lord.
Oh,
Ah,
Punisher.
you're the opposite of me, I see.
What do you do, Akka?
I mean, Jeff the Shark. Why not?
Jeff.
Everyone.
No, Jeff is one of my faves.
Oh, Jeff the Land Shark.
No, if I could be a healer and also like throw the whole enemy party off a cliff.
Yes.
Also, I liked this comment of pick a cod and pray, and I'm gonna pin that in Twitch because that's very fun.
That's
Oh my.
genius. That is genius.
Now, if someone doesn't draw Frederick with a gun saying that, then that's a crime.
Yes,
Someone needs to
please.
do it now.
Meme. Somebody needs to meme that and tag me so I can reshare it.
All the artists out there in Artist Alley, you have a mission now. You must accomplish this mission.
Yeah, who can get it done first and fastest so I can share this beautiful idea?
Fastest.
There you go.
We'll definitely tag you if we see any of our artists that bring this to life.
Please do. Speaking of Call of Duty, I saw that Seth Rogen is now a playable character, but I haven't heard him have the iconic laugh. So I thought, okay, I would buy the skin if I could hear the, him going around shooting people and.
Oh my god.
I mean, they've had Snoop Dogg on there, so if you're going to have weed culture, you got Cheech and Chong, you got Jay and Silent Bob, and now you got Seth Rogen.
We got everyone in that. Like move over, Smash Brothers. We got everyone in Fortnite already.
Literally everyone is here.
I think some Seven Deadly Sins is coming, but I don't think Escanor is a part of it. It's like, hey guys, come on.
Man.
Who decided that?
Gosh, and speaking of that, I have a lot of friends that are also we're also huge Dragon Ball fans, and so
yeah,
you got like Gohan up in there as well. Like, man.
And the narrator, I was one of the narrators. I'm probably the one that people might have heard the most at this point because of the uncut version of the show, which I think you can stream beginning to end on Crunchyroll, is the narrator. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. In DBZ Battle of the Gods as well. I think that was also he was the narrator for that one as well.
Was I? Oh my god. Okay. I know it was Gohan. Gohan doesn't get as much screen time as he should, for a beloved character.
Yeah, for a character that was originally supposed to take over for Goku, they kind of just really push him to the sideline sometimes. It's really a shame.
Yeah, what I imagine happened is the ratings were through the roof, and Toei and Shueisha were hey, let's keep going with Vegeta and Goku. It's and Toriyama's but what about Gohan? He's had enough time.
Man.
Chris Sabat told me when I got the part, it's this is gonna go to a level where you feel like he's gonna just take the mantle from Goku, but sadly it's not gonna happen. So just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm oh man.
Damn. Dang it, Chris.
Yeah.
And then I get nerfed for years, and then he finally has beast form in Superhero, and that's fantastic and all. But again, it's basically a cameo. And here we are, people going, when's more Super? I'm they haven't announced any more anime. There's just the manga. So
we're all waiting.
Yeah, everyone's waiting.
Sorry to derail from Fire Emblem, Boba. You can go ahead.
We've been doing that every panel, let's be real.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right, let's see. So, Kyle, what are the differences in technique when working in animation versus video games versus audiobooks?
Yeah. Well, audiobooks, I think, is the most work you have to really put into something because that's hours of reading out loud. You got to do the editing. That takes a lot of time. And if you make here's $500 or $1,000, that sounds like a lot of money, but for the hours you put into it, it breaks down to something insulting. So it's is it really worth doing? And at this point, there's probably so many AI audiobooks on Audible and everywhere else, with just really flat wooden readings of just a voice modeled after someone who probably just did it for pennies on the dollar, and then now they're never going to get to work again. And that's what, we have the video game strike going on right now, where there's major companies are like, hey, we need AI protections for the actors so we don't get exploited or left behind. And studios are like, nope. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that is sad.
Yeah. But the process is, like I was saying earlier, we're recording one character at a time. It's just one actor at a time. And we're going through the script, usually in chronological order, unless there's a lot of screaming throughout. Then we'll just group all that towards the end of the session, because you don't want to lose your voice.
Right.
We'll do all the conversational stuff. And we're typically recording like 2 or 3 takes in a row. And as they do, they just notate what their favorite take is. And they have 2 other options to go on a backup. And sometimes the director will say, hey, let's do it faster or more like this, and we'll lay it down again and lather, rinse, repeat through the ending. And anime is obviously technically harder because you're doing the voice, you're cold reading the script because you haven't been able to study it, and they don't pay us to watch the episodes ahead of time. They just trust that, you're going to be able to see the script, see the footage, and perform it and match the lip sync. So we practice, preview it in Japanese. So I'm watching the mouth patterns. I'm seeing how loud or soft the lines have to be and all that. And then, there's regular cartoons like Family Guy, Simpsons, all that stuff. That's the most fun because the whole cast gets to record together. It's kind of like a radio play, and you get to actually bounce your dialogue back and forth, and watch how everyone else screws up, and then you're not as self-conscious. It's just so many bloopers and outtakes, and enough to get us canceled probably. But we have a blast getting to work on any kind of project.
I'm always so impressed about how natural so many people sound, and like they're having conversation right next to each other for a lot of games in anime. It's such an its own art form. It's wild.
Well, yeah, the performances,
exactly.
once they're recorded, they're probably just pieced together like a jigsaw puzzle, and they'll review it and saying, hey, this doesn't flow so well. Let's add this to the pickup list. A few months down the line, we'll have the actors come back and, lay another take, or maybe this time, or maybe, for example, maybe the person or the character my character is talking to hasn't been recorded yet. And so once that actor comes in and does something, maybe that inspires kind of a different read altogether. So they're like, hey, let's have Kyle come back in and read it more like this. Because, again, you're recording one actor at a time over the spread of, it just depends on the size of the game. It could be weeks, it could be months to get everyone in there for 2-hour sessions, or longer, or more groupings of 2-hour sessions, depending on how much dialogue their characters have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, and let's see. If you could permanently speak in the voice of any character you've done, who would it be, Kyle?
I'd speak like Great Saiyaman. He's Gohan as a fake superhero who sounds like a game show host.
Oh, I love Saiyaman. What an arc.
I mean, seriously, every time there's a new game, I have so much dialogue to record that, I have way more dialogue. My characters talk way more in the games than they do in the anime, and I just have a blast with it. I have so much Aizen in the Bleach game. I have like 24 hours of recording sessions just for that game that it's like, I don't think Aizen spoke this much in the show. But it's like, hey, okay, I don't have to worry about, I don't have much screen time. It's like, well, I have a lot of game time, a lot of cutscenes.
That's true. Thinking about it, you mentioned earlier how they like for these kind of roles, they always do all the yelling, the screaming kind of voices towards the end. Have you actually
Yeah.
had sessions where you've lost your voice doing those, like for a Dragon Ball, for example?
I didn't lose my voice on Dragon Ball, but I remember doing just a Kamehameha and a loud power-up yell so long, even with a full chest full of air, I still kind of got dizzy. And some of the other actors have famously claimed that they actually passed out. I never got that way, but I did get dizzy, and I did have to like lay down. There's like a couch one room over, and it's like, sorry guys, I gotta take a break for a sec.
Oof.
That could happen. But
Actually
since then,
doing
but like, yeah,
actual
I
Saiyan training over here.
yeah, it kind of is. It's like Dragon Ball Z is like the boot camp for today's, genre of all these games that require screaming, JRPGs and fighting games, and obviously first-person shooters. I've been in some. Not as playable characters, but just background NPC soldiers, and my session was comprised of nothing but screaming. So yeah, my voice sounded like I shredded them with razor blades, and I couldn't do a Naruto session in the morning. My character Kiva, who normally sounds like this, but this was like the next morning after a night session on another game called Red Faction Armageddon that Carl Weathers was the director from. He was an actor that passed away, but he was most recently seen in The Mandalorian. And he was the original Apollo Creed of the Rocky movies. But he ended up directing me. He was actually the director on the game. And when I met him, and I geeked out because he was in Predator, and I knew him from other things. And he shakes my hand, hands me a lozenge, and he goes, "All right, Kyle, you're going to need this." I'm like, "Oh, really?" It's like, "Yep, you're doing nothing but screaming tonight, man."
Uh-oh.
Incoming! Like, all right, we need 3 takes in a row of each line. Oh my God.
Oh God.
No. And then in Titanfall, the first game, I was also in there, and it's like nothing but screaming, but it's controlled screaming. It's not, oh, it's a citizen fleeing away. It's a soldier who's been trained, and so it's controlled chaos, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the voice just was toast. So like, and they have a buzzword for this. This is called vocally stressful. So when they book you and say, "We have a vocally stressful session. Are you available on these dates and times?" And if it's a Friday and I'm not going out of town for a con, I'll say, "I'll take Friday, please." That way my voice can heal all weekend long. And I'm happy to say that it never happened on the Fire Emblem games. None of my characters did so much shouting that I had to take a break or nurse with hot tea or Chinese cough syrup, which is this magical stuff. It's got to be Chinese though. Chinese cough syrup. It does a wonder for protecting your vocal cords.
Wow. I got to keep that in mind.
Yep, you could type those words, Chinese cough syrup, on Amazon, and it's the first result that comes back. It's in syrup form. It's in lozenge form. It's they got multiple flavors. It tastes good, and it's all natural.
I typed in Chinese cough, and it was the immediate first suggestion.
There you go. Neon Papacoa, Neon Jamba. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it.
It's like a honey and herb thing.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Ninjiam Papacoa. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. But every Asian market has it, and obviously Amazon. So if we're smart, we'll take a jug of that to our session that we know is going to be like, "You're going to do nothing but scream today." Like, all right, I'll take 2 tablespoons of that before I start screaming. And then have lots of bottled water there. It's got to be room temperature because cold water actually constricts your vocal cord.
That makes sense.
That's true.
And it helps with mouth noise. You know, everyone's mouth makes clicky sounds, and the mics are sensitive, so they pick up all that stuff. And you want to get a nice clean take, and you want to go in not having had, you know, soda or dairy products, like no milkshakes, no yogurts, no coffee with creamer in it, because that does affect. Otherwise, you'll be clearing your throat and sound all mucusy and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd heard
Let's
the thing
see.
about milk and stuff before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So say there's been a bunch of questions, but then chat gets distracted by one thing or another, and then they end up really far up in the thing.
We're like that dog on Up. Squirrel!
Oh my gosh, yes. I love Up. Do you have any favorite movies by any chance?
I'd go old school Star Wars, which today is known as Star Wars A New Hope, Volume 4, which is the first movie to have come out in Star Wars, 1977. And I'm old enough to have seen that opening weekend in the theater. And
Wow.
yeah, Star Wars affected all of pop culture back in the 70s and early 80s and stuff. And then there was that long lag until we got the prequel trilogy, which I'm sure you guys probably grew up on. And of course, you guys also have Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, which is like Star Wars for you. And yeah, it's just a magic time. I just, you know, all my friends got all the toys, and I was just all about sci-fi. Loved all that. Even anime. It wasn't called anime back then. It was just all cartoons. So a lot of anime shows were imported over, dubbed over, and anything that looked like space related. So they had Robotech, they had Battle of the Planets, and Star Blazers, and they brought all these old school anime shows, brought them to an English speaking audience. And I was definitely a big fan of those things too.
Oh man, my era was Toonami. That's when I learned everything about anime back in the 90s, and I was so grateful for it. It's introduced me to so many different kinds of shows back then.
Yeah, and they were licensing things that were slightly older, but still being brought to a new audience. So you just see all these Gundam shows and Sailor Moon and Inuyasha and, of course, Dragon Ball and especially Z. Dragon Ball is an acquired taste for those who want more action, but Dragon Ball is more comedy oriented and a little slower paced and everything. So, but I've met countless fans who just they're completists. They want to watch it all, even GT.
Oh man, GT was interesting. It went in a direction.
That's one way to describe it. And then all through these years, Fire Emblem was tearing up the charts in Japan, and you know, back then we didn't have the internet, or internet was new rather. And by the 90s and the early 2000s, you know, we were starting to get faster internet and better websites and fan sites and message boards, and we'd get our news a lot faster, which was great for anyone into pop culture or anime or manga and everything, going, hey, when does this come out? Then, of course, piracy went through the roof, and everyone was bootlegging every show. And then they'd come out on VHS or DVD, and the sales wouldn't be there. They definitely were for Dragon Ball, though. Even though they were heavily edited, the sales were just through the roof on that stuff. And as the anime market grew, the gaming market grew, and finally the studios that had titles like Fire Emblem said, hey, let's take a chance. Maybe it'll take off. And it certainly did.
Yeah. Oh, so grateful that happened too.
Even in just like the last 15 years, the shift is like absolutely wild. From from it basically just being a niche to now, like, I'll go to like a regular shop and there'll be like a bunch of anime merch there, and I'm like, when did this happen? When I was a teenager. When I was a teenager,
Yeah.
I was having to buy everything online. And now there's like
Yeah.
actual stuff everywhere now.
I remember Hot Topic when it was just like a goth haven. And then suddenly there's a whole section dedicated to anime and, of course,
they
Funko
sell-
Pops.
They sell anime. We don't have Hot Topic over here. They sell anime stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
Wild.
A section of course, they have a ton of every band known to mankind, but they have a section of T-shirts and merch, basically. They
Okay.
have posters. They have little trinkets and even energy drinks that are anime themed. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Constantly seeing them here.
and some of the other multimedia, like movie record stores, will jam pack their sections with manga and figures, model kits, all sorts of stuff. And it's like, man, this really is mainstream now.
Exactly.
It's a
so
beautiful
nice.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much Fire Emblem
Yeah.
stuff you'd see in the mainstream stores. But
None.
certainly, yeah.
It's still a little not quite there yet for Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I could see Fire Emblem stuff in the store. I would so like just buy all the Yuri merch.
Oh,
I
would
have
be
seen
broke.
and signed so many of the character art books, that big hardcover.
Oh, the like
that
Awakening
Yeah.
art book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah, 'cause
that.
that
People
was-
say, "Oh, I don't have anything with your character on it." It's like, I made an art print. Here it is. Like,
There you go.
It's why we made EmblemCon, because
Yeah.
like there isn't really much of this stuff. Like Japan has like a few small things, but even a character like Frederick, who by the scope of the whole series is on like the more popular end, because like Awakening is one of the better selling. There's like 2,000 characters in the series or something. I'm exaggerating, but like
So many.
of the like literally like over 1,000, like Frederick's on the upper end, but yet no like official stuff really exists of him. Yet alone of the
Yeah.
characters who are way more obscure.
But luckily, there's a very active fan art community, and all these very talented artists from around the world are booking booths and tables at conventions. And it's like, if you want
Exactly.
something even niche, just commission a picture of your
Oh.
favorite character from Fire Emblem. It's like,
I literally
hey,
have a
cool.
shrine. I literally
Yeah.
have a shrine of pictures I've commissioned of my favorite Fire Emblem character because no one makes much of it.
You
That's
sure
wonderful.
do.
And then, do you guys all go to conventions to meet the voice actors and bring like fan art
Well,
commission stuff?
They don't come to the UK much, but when they do,
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I guess it's harder to
been-
get to the UK, but yeah.
yeah, when we get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really interesting to interview one of those voice actors here at EmblemCon and then see them in person at a convention and have them sign something.
That
It's
would
such
be a
a
dream. Annoyingly,
surreal experience.
like two voice actors who we have done EmblemCon with came to the UK, came to where I'm from, like a month after I moved away from there, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I went to NCM Expo in 2009, and then I went to OwlCon in Leicester, which is what,
Oh yeah,
an hour and a half
Leicester's
away.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a college town.
Oh yeah, that's near where I'm from, so
Yeah. It's basically on a college, a university campus.
yeah, Uni of Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've actually been a couple times to that one, but since then, yeah, I think a lot of folks are just like, I don't want to sit on a plane for 12 hours.
Understandable.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Understandable. It is worth it.
Well, I've got to get going to do a setup for the next panel, but thank you so much for joining us, Kyle. It's been such an honor to chat with you for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
Daniel's
times,
just
man.
got to head
Good
up for
times,
his
everybody.
setup,
Daniel.
so
Yeah.
we've still got a few minutes to wrap up,
Yeah.
but Daniel's got to set up for the next one.
Yeah,
fun.
no worries. No worries. Yeah, I got to move on myself, but thanks for the invite. Thanks to the fans, everyone tuning in, watching the stream. Thank you for supporting Fire Emblem, and all the voice talent and producers, engineers, writers, directors, everyone working on the team to get this very successful franchise out to the fans. So thank you guys for throwing this virtual convention as well.
Thank you so much for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us. It's
Absolutely.
and like everyone has been so excited. Sorry. We just got like a Twitch alert. We've got 1,400 followers. Thank you guys. But everyone in chat has been like so excited to have you here. Like, there's been so much. Everyone's been so excited, and your like voice acting career has spanned so many different genres and so many different areas that like people of sort of all ages and experiences have some sort of role of yours that like they find iconic and resonate with.
Yeah, it like spans generations. So by the time you guys get married and have kids, you can introduce them to Fire Emblem.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all going to be old. We're all going to be in the old folks' home. We're going to be in wheelchairs. They're like, remember me? Pick a gun and pray.
Guys, you've even got old man pick a god and pray. You're
That's
all being treated to an absolute feast.
Hey, maybe by then they'll have sequel games and the characters will age with us.
Hey, do you have anything you'd like to like plug or anything?
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you for that. My TikTok is Kyle Hebert VO, as is my YouTube. I'm most active on Twitter and Instagram. Kyle Hebert on Instagram and Twitter. And I just post a lot of memes because that stuff cracks me up, and I just love reposting it and sharing a little joy and laughter in what's otherwise a chaotic and scary world. And then on TikTok, because I see so many people doing music streams as DJ streams, I do that too. So I play a lot of heavy metal stuff and do AMAs at the same time, and game streams on Twitch. You know, my Twitch channel is called Gohan with Your Own Bad Self. So I'm very easy to find. I have a Discord as well, discord.gg/Kyle Hebert. I answer questions there every day on one of the channels there. So thank you for the opportunity to spread the word, and hopefully I'll see everyone on my social media.
Oh, and he's got a Streamily as well.
I do have a Streamily, so people who can't make it to a convention I'm at, you can go to streamily.com/Kyle Hebert, pick up an art print, or do the mail-in option. If you have a Funko Pop, you can just flatten the box and mail it in, and it takes longer, but it eventually gets to me, and I sign it, and it goes right back to you. Or you can buy an art print. There's some that are pre-signed. There's others that you can customize. Tell me what you want to say. You can say, oh, there's Frederick. You want to pick a God and pray with your name on there? Absolutely. It's all options. And then last thing, Cameo, customized video messages. If you want me to say pick a God and pray to you personally, I could totally do that. Cameo.com/Kyle Hebert.
Need to link the Cameo is so much fun.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and it's really great on my end because I have an app that I log into, and I get a notification as soon as someone places an order, and it shows me the script and who it's for, and I record it directly on my phone and hit send, and it goes directly to them.
I've not used it yet, but it seems like such a fun and convenient way to just like get whatever you want out of a voice you like.
Basically, yeah. And people do it for all sorts of occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, or just the fact that you're a fan and you just want to hear your name said in a character voice. And,
I think I've had like wedding proposals even and stuff like that.
I've had that happen in person. People have done wedding proposals as Great Saiyan Man and Great Saiyan Girl, and I was just kind of there in the moment. And some Kaminas and Yokos from Gurren Lagann also pop the question in front of me. It's like, oh my gosh, this is wild.
Oh, that's very cool.
Well, Okay, well, thank you again for the opportunity. I had a really nice conversation with you guys. Good to have you guys, and appreciate everyone for coming to the stream. And I'll let you get on with your next panel.
Thank you so much for joining
Sounds
us.
good.
You got it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You guys take care.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Cool. Oh, and all the other mods have just left. Okay, well, thank you all so much for watching. Oh. Sorry, Zed has popped into the voice call.
Yeah,
Hello.
no,
Oh, I was just finishing this up now. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. 3 clips were made in this video. Of course they were. We'll be back any moment now with Audience Plays Fire Emblem. Which game are we playing? I don't remember. I don't remember either. But it should be a good one. It's a nice long 2-hour panel. Yeah. Okay. And Daniel is subtly telling me to leave. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for attending, and I hope you enjoy the next one too.